Greetings to all my comrades in the APC. This is the APC online TV platform, and this is the mouthpiece of the diaspora. Me and comrade OrWanKaSu. This program today, the program we then call the one-to-one upfront interview with comrade OrWanKaSu. To all the comrades that really aspire for various positions them within the APC. Today we get a comrade where they aspire na the diaspora region. Of course, we see people when they come out with a lot of flyers them. Some of them we know them very well, some of them we don't know them very well. So this program they give opportunity for make we know we comrades them, make we know the people them with they aspire for lead we na the various position them. Today we get somebody that aspire, we in the diaspora, and we go bring and come in, make you can tell we waiting in name and the position we aspire for. Over to you, Mr. Comrade.
Yeah, in the first place, let me say that I want to say thank you so much, Comrade OrWanKaSu, and the entire team for wanna provide me the opportunity for come and speak to the wider diaspora audience, specifically about me aspiration, about myself and my aspiration for the position of the Deputy Regional Organizing Secretary of the Diaspora. And my name na Abubakarr Bangura. I mean, I Sierra Leonean diaspora, household name in Holland. And as I say, I aspire for the position as Deputy Regional Organizing Secretary for the sixth the diaspora. Yeah.
Right, Mr. Abubakarr Bangura, based in Holland.
Yeah.
And he aspire for the deputy secretary position, deputy organizing secretary position, if that's correct. Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, Mr. Abubakarr Bangura, people go be interested for know really who that's not you, because you know see the diaspora region a big region, and of course you say you know an household name now Holland. Well, we the other side of the diaspora may not know you better one like how we want for know you since you aspire for this position. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, who's you hail from, your background, you know your upbringing, educationally and whatnot, culturally or whatever. Just in a nutshell. Over to you.
Generally, I born in Sierra Leone. Me from my daddy named John Bangura, and I born in Yangama, Kono district. My father was a diamond digger in the mine. Initially, we worked in NDMC Yangama, and so I born there and spent a whole lot of time with my daddy. From there, my father moved to Tongo, Gona Kenema, and also because of the mining, I therefore follow my father because me are the elder son of my father. And from there, I moved to my 91, Yonibana Chiefdom. There is my village, where my father and mother come from, Makonkari, and spent some time there, attend school, my 91, and later moved to Freetown. And fortunate to attend Milton Magai, and unfortunately, because of the intervention, I therefore left Milton Magai, head to Europe. So when I'm fortunate enough to come to Holland, and in Holland, I was fortunate enough to get scholarship and continue my studies. And as I speak to you, being an educationist, I would say I have a master's degree. I'm an educationist, a proud educationist. And that's it, basically. And also close to being a master's holder, I get a whole bunch of other certificates then from different courses then while I attend and to get to achieve a lot of things. And tell God thank you for that. So I'm a proud, yeah, as I say once more, I don't live at these places from different districts, from one to the other, learn from the different people, the different tribes, different culture from these areas. So I was very proud for be with my father and for see all these people in these places, and that helped me greatly what they are right now for able to think around the people that will live in those areas I live actually. So that's it basically.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Abubakarr Bangura.
Yeah,
Man, we born Kono again. We don't get quite a number of people, and we amazingly na Kono them born. you
yeah,
know, based on the, we people that we come out of the north, they're business people. They go all over the place.
mm,
For go fenam for the family.
yeah,
So now so some of us end up in a present day. I
true.
don't think we've quite a number of people that will actually not move. So this position where they aspire for, Mr. Abubakar
Yeah,
Bangura,
yeah,
you don't really assess yourself for this position. The diaspora region being a very, very big region, and the organizing, you know, um, position, the organizing secretary position or the deputy organizing secretary position. Now, one that we every you know thing, every activity we the party they take, the organizing therefore play a pivotal role in that. You don't really assess yourself as that kind of person who will be able for do that kind role day for organize the diaspora.
yeah, sure. Of course, it is because of that assessment. The outcome of that assessment was positive. That's why I move in for aspire for this position. And in fact, I go want for use the opportunity for say thanks to my own chairman of the APC Holland branch, Chairman Simon, and also Chairman Sean, with the Canada. These two figures, as I call them, now they actually identify me based on all the things they want to do and say, yes, this guy we need for really encourage him for coming to the diaspora region for can reinforce the region. And so they recommend that Abubakar, please come. You get so much to offer. You don't hold different positions then and don't play key role for mobilize the aspirants then both in Holland, mainland Europe, head one of the biggest Sierra Leonean organization in the world, I would say. Because we can still, when I was the president of We Own Union in Holland, the Sierra Leone Central Union, and up to this point, as I speak, and I'm no more a president, I'm a retired person, but we go boast for set and organize one of the biggest, largest Sierra Leonean configuration of Sierra Leoneans. And so with this knowledge who I get there as a president of such a big organization, reaching out mainland Europe and beyond, reaching out to Sierra Leoneans, coordinating different programs both here and in Sierra Leone, and learn so much from the very brothers and sisters, and able, despite the differences, able to actually bring people in together and achieve bigger things, and recognized by the government of Holland and Sierra Leone. And I feel they are so strong enough, don't learn so much from my engagement with the diaspora and the Cypher. Not only the Sierra Leonean diaspora, are also involved in many diaspora issues here in Holland and mainland Europe, and both at practical level, academic level. So I don't get so much experiences, and this experience actually, one of the motivating factor we actually lead me and Chairman Simon and Chairman Sean, we identify me and say, Bakar, you really need for come and reinforce the region. And I accept after several consideration, and I accept wholeheartedly. And I say, at the camp, not only can take a big position, but for start as an apprentice, as a deputy. So I go to learn the political language, I go to learn the political dynamics for move the diaspora, both at the political front and the social economic front, we already get a very huge, giant background from, as had been said just now. So I think I'm very strong, resilient, and with vast knowledge, experience, network. I'm sure with that in mind, I think I will make a very big difference if I
Okay.
get it for,
All right.
for yeah.
I go want to make you help me small
Yeah.
with one or two of the things the way you go embark on straight away if you happen forget this position, you know, waiting at the challenges the way they or waiting at the things the way you think they could be the immediate things the way you go embark on straight away as a deputy organizing.
First of all, two things. One, of course, me I deputy, and I go wholly and solely be loyal to the one waiting for appoint as organizing secretary. I go directly respecting commands, but close to the normal organizing thing, basically organizing fundraising, voters mobilization, new membership mobilization, for coordinate if we get the flag bearer for come to the diaspora outreach programs. Those are the normal, what we call in Holland, stand van zaken. Those are the normal things. But close to those things, the things I feel say I can bring in based on my own experience, I decide after I accept the position, I decide for run this position. I write actually a three-page, not a manifesto, but just a guiding principle to guide me into my campaign. And I go look in one of the paragraph, one thing where you say, wait here, I go embark on an immediate time. One of the things and where I feel a very crucial right now, if you look at the whole diaspora dynamics, both at chapter, branch, and regional levels, we already aspire for these different positions. We come online and say, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Very good. That each and every single aspirant wants to achieve so many things for the party and for the country and of course for our members. But what I see is that most of these things we actually very fragmented right now. And I believe, say, for a better cohesive approach for the diaspora as a region, we actually need for streamline these ideas, bring them together and organize them in what I call an overall action plan. I know say if we get a president and a secretary, these are their major tasks. But I believe say with me on background who's I come out, the points who's I come out, all the things I don't do, I think say I will be very much I will very much be helpful in ensuring that these different ideas then so far with different aspirants they don't propel, if they are elected and we go actually put them together in an action plan that is much more smart for ensure that we win the next coming general elections, and of course after that election we need to work very hard for ensure that the APC manifesto for Transform Sierra Leone is realized, with diaspora taking one of the bigger the elephant in the room, the bigger instrument for transform and develop Sierra Leone into one of the competitive economy. That's what I feel I can add on the immediate
Okay.
time. Yeah. Thank
So
you.
what are the other aspirants the way they aspire for this position here? So waiting that your relationship with them.
Actually, I know for sure through social media. I know there are also other comrades them where they aspire for this position. With not three, I know about two. So at least three of us are running for this position. Maybe there are other people away don't aspire where their name don't know published yet. Of course, we then not come on social media yet. Maybe but I not see the flyer yet. And the question is, what is my? Can you repeat that question? The last.
Waiting that your relationship with them people and they.
My relationship with the people, of course, I know say they are comrade APC people with big ideas for transform the party and help the country. But my relationship with them right now is we are all part of the APC party, and at the same time we aspire for this position, but we not get any kind of one-to-one discussion yet. But I'm sure that that particular moment will come, because in the APC, we are all brothers, and when we meet, we will actually chat, make friends, and stuff like that. I know that point will come one day. Yeah, very
Well,
soon.
as you know, the APC is now one party, now one family, and at the moment we're going through a crossroad, and there are negotiations going around the background, and I believe say there is somebody we they aspire for this position after several discussion and negotiation between themselves. One pandendum, you know, decide for through in support for the other person because of, you see, say the other person though already they ahead in terms of planning for move these departments, forward. And I dey feel say na you na the person we they into this negotiation with the non-support, or something like that, but somebody from Greece, or I don't forget the country, we now somebody we call Ambrose. I think you don't throw in support for the other guy.
Just
We they aspire. So you're not in that discussion at all.
For me, I'm not in that discussion, and if it happens, I think it's nice. That is good. There's also the APC we know. That is the party where they negotiate and compromise. I think that is not a new thing. If it happens, no problem. It's good. It's good. At least that also reduces the level of competition and the level of tension, and I think that is a very good thing to do. And it's nice that that takes place, and it's nice also to get to know say, for no say the very thing we explain so don't take place. And if it happen, no problem. It's great. I think for some of us, we know about diaspora and realize that these kind of actions are good for any democratic transformation. Is good. It's a good step. No
So
problem.
you said they look forward for negotiate, for talk to the person where they aspire for make una go come to one una agree, because we are all one family, and we don't come to a point now where we say, there's so much going on, and we don't want to see ourselves like see we get into serious competition between ourselves. I mean, it's all right, but it's all right to talk as well, to negotiate and to agree into saying, are you looking forward to something like that?
I'm open. I'm open to every discussion. I think that's me, Abubakar. One of my qualities is that I'm approachable, and with humility and respect for everybody. I think my telephone is open to anybody, and when the time comes, I'm sure anyone who want to talk to me is very much welcome. Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
You mentioned Chairman Sean and you mentioned Chairman Simon.
yeah.
They seem to tell them thank you for identifying you and sort of, tell you for let you go for this position. If they're not being approach you for this position, you seem like for say you're not being too interested in this position at all. So why make you come in when they actually try for seem to have convinced you?
Yeah, in life, everything at time, everything at time, and in that context, you can either decide for go in and say I want to contest, or you get somebody where they recommend that recommend that you actually take the bold step for say yes, you go in for that. So in my case, that's why I call them basically, and I praise them for that, for the idea that then see me know that I can deliver and add value into the region. So that's it. Uh, in this case, it happens this way. So I just want to highlight and here in this discussion. Yeah,
Okay, well
yeah,
that's fine.
yeah.
So the elections will take place very soon.
Yeah.
And the the location also the elections going to take place could be in Africa, maybe in Sierra Leone.
Mhm.
And some of the people when are the delegates them get for travel go Sierra Leone for go vote.
Mhm.
Some of them because of family commitments, because of XYZ. Not to everybody might be able to go to Sierra Leone. Would you accept a sort of a remote voting, something like that, some kind of a technology for be applied into the system of voting, so everybody could be go get the chance not to be disenfranchised, go get the chance for votes during the elections. Which one will you go prefer? The practical voting, so everybody they can vote, or the remote one where everybody go in at the confines of their own room and then cast them vote for who they want?
Yeah, the answer to that is that, the very practical one is that everybody is present and casts their votes on that particular day. I think that is the most viable scenario. But in a scenario wherein the diaspora is scattered around the world, I think we have about 28 different chapters in 28 different countries. And it becomes practically impossible for let everybody go na Sierra Leone in this case for cast their votes. The 17 delegate members and from each chapter, it therefore be practically impossible for everybody for travel. So there are discussions with the members of the TMEC for know whether it is possible for the one that we know get chance for go whether they go cast their votes online in any kind of online system. But in the end, of course, everything lies on the TMEC members whether that particular form of voting, if illegitimate, if yes, if it's within the laws and regulations of the very laws where they guide the entire elections. So in my case, if there is anything about online voting, I will support that because of the very fact that not everybody will get a chance for going to Sierra Leone, either because of financial reason or because of jobs or any other reason. So basically, I look forward to that kind of discussion. The discussion is on already. I don't take part in a number of online meetings with big stakeholders in the diaspora. These issues continue to come even within the diaspora itself. People in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, we get chapters and branches where the geographical distance so much large and so much the distance so much high. There are also discussions within those countries for make them do online thing. So I hope that possibility will come, and I hope that if it can, we go use it, we go optimize in benefit. So basically, it's left with the team head and the team for know the benefit of this particular kind of voting method and see if we can use them for this very time, yeah, for the first time in the diaspora as a region. Thank you.
Okay. Now which position we you be don't serve as under APC in Holland? You don't hold any position there?
Answer is no. I don't hold no position at the APC here in Holland, but I don't represent the APC Holland branch now several different activities. One, of course, I don't represent the branch in Sierra Leone. Generally, I was a election observer in the 2018 election in my constituency, representing the party, and also don't represent with chapter in the diaspora rally where the under chairman UNISA by then organized a big rally of the diaspora during the flag bearer rally for throw support around Dr. Samura and the running mate, Honorable Cherom Ajuba. Lastly, my own chairman here at the DAS of the Holland don't select me into a 5-man committee for a draft and a paper around the two theme. As we all know, one of the biggest challenges we face, we brothers and face, was this two same issue in the 2018 elections. And after that, and recently, because of the electoral law, there was a clause in the constitution where we want for make them remove Article 76A also, way for guarantee the aspirants then for take part in the elections. I was selected by my chairman for take part in the five-man committee, five-man committee for draft that paper for the members of parliament, APC members of parliament, for present the case for the diasporans and for take part. So I have not been part of the executive, but through my chapter, they send me different assignments, which I perform excellently, and the chapter is very happy about that. And then through back into this candidate, basically.
As you know, the APC right now, they go through waiting and call a crossroad. And some people, then they go strategically try to position themselves for get an advantage over the others, to a point to say they don't set themselves to teams or factions. You get the A team, you get the B team, you get the Big Six, you get the Big Ten, you get the all sorts of factions. Them, which one of them faction there so will you align yourself with?
Actually, this is quite a very interesting. It's quite a very interesting question. And me, Abubakarr, if you read me, pointers way there into this small 3-page hour, right? Me, I'm a newcomer. I see myself as a newcomer in main politics, in mainstream politics. So, and coming with a newcomer, personally, as I speak, I know there now no team. Me, na APC, and I support the APC party. Clar, Dutchman Kola, finish. I support the APC party. I'm not there in no camp. I open my eyes. I'm very, very what they call curious. Curious for learn from each and every camp. I open my eyes because when I open my eyes, I learn, they read, and they listen to the speeches of the different candidates, all the flag bearers, the way they launched their campaigns right now. They listen to their speeches and they learn from those speeches. And in the end, when the party come with the flag bearer after the national delegates conference, trust me, we throw our weight behind them. Me not that kind of person right now because I'm a new man. I'm a new comer in politics. I think it's very, 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 very important for me for stay within this explanation as I've done. Support the party and avoid the issue of A, B team, and because I'm a newcomer, I want to study the dynamics of the party before I make my bigger decisions.
The diaspora as well don't seem for begin they put themselves into teams, and one of the man that you call winner chairman Sean Samura from from Canada, seem like for say now recruits certain members them into a team, maybe the Sean team or maybe the Canada team or something like that. Would you say you did not chairman Sean your own team because now he call you and tell you to make you can be part of make you aspire for this position?
And first of all, I know Chairman Sean before he even aspired for that position. Before he became a chairman, Chairman Sean really live here, and I know Chairman Sean for quite a long time. And Chairman Sean is a friend, and I know him for being somebody who is very hardworking. And if we have a diaspora region right now, I know I listened yesterday to Comrade JUDK, and even calling name as part of those people that we fought very hard for ensure that we have a diaspora as a region right now. As I say right now, I'm Abubakarr, I'm a newcomer, and Chairman Sean is a friend, and he's aspiring for a position, and I'm not a delegate member for vote for Chairman Sean because I need to run for any executive position within the Holland branch. So in the end, people who like Chairman Sean will vote for him. And so that's it. That's only what I would say right now.
Okay, in terms of you support base,
Yeah.
how much the members them, the APC members them, now the Holland branch, they give to you since you know been be a member or executive member or anything like that now Holland, but because of you exemplary work we don't do now the Sierra Leone community, the organization will be the head now Holland. How much support you get from the APC members there? How much trust and getting you
I
for
don't. I think 100% trust when the idea come. When I throw me, when I announced that after several consultations, I decide for run for this position and put an away forum, and get a lot of enthusiastic reactions from all the members of of the chapter here. So I quite believe that 100% of our membership support the chapter and support me, my candidacy, because I'm the only one from the Holland chapter where they run for a position in the region. So then throw them weight behind me, and I hope say if the delegate conference come, those executive then we then go elect. By the grace of God, I hope say then go get the standing, financial standing, and any other arrangement for me and travel to Sierra Leone for casting vote for me. So in terms of support for me within the chapter here, I think 100% get her, and I enjoy them as I speak to you. Yeah,
okay. You dey enjoy the support now Holland, but this is the
definitely.
diaspora region. Within your level of confidence for the diaspora region. So I believe so you get the support of Canada already because now them chairman already now call you. So what about places like the UK, USA, and other places there? The level of confidence, how far?
Generally, of course, no, not to everybody sabi me, and not to everybody I know at the same time. And because me I'm a new person in the political arena, I move slowly with my own process, and people that we know me don't read. Now that make I write me my talking paper as I write answer to people we get interest in reading. And when I send this, and I got a lot of telephone calls, I say, "Wow, this is interesting. This guy is an interesting person." So I would just say, for the one that will not know me, I hope share this kind of interview with you. I think that will also throw light into who is Abubakarr, and that they will get trust in me. And yeah, generally, of course, as I say, I'm a new person in the politics. I'm not gonna be ashamed for say that, because I feel say that is also Abubakarr, because I hope say by actually coming as a new person, it gives me space for learn, for meet new people, for learn the bigger dynamics in politics. And I would say it's not going to be easy for learn know everybody right now. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be easy let everybody know me. But I'm sure anybody will listen to this interview and read my paper, I think they will get confidence in me, and I hope say, and that will lead to them casting their final votes for me for get the position and for coming and support the region in development. Because at the end of the day, all what we want to see is a region that is strong, smart, and a region where we get every where we able to mobilize every single opportunity for support the flag bearer and the party for come to power in the next general election come June 2023, and help with the party and the people of the country. That's at the end of the day the overarching goal, and I'm sure by voting me in, I'm sure we will do a very big thing for achieve that. That's only what I have to say.
Okay, nice one. Now that make this platform day. This platform day for showcase we comrades them, we dey aspire for various positions them. So I believe say this platform will, I mean, push you far. People will get to know you because it gets a wider viewership, and people will listen to you. And we self now, me particularly, will be interested in reading your pointers them we don't get in a small pamphlet. So maybe I go ask the production team for send them email or whatever it is you get make you for share am with we. Let we self sabi you and let we see waiting are your intentions them for waiting they do. Having said that, since you are a new member in this place and it seem like for say you are like Dr. Samura, you sabi am. People they ask when Dr. Samura come up 2017, people they ask, they say you sabi am. So this is the thing. But I don't know. Person go ask, you sabi Mr. This guy from Holland, what do they call Mr. Bangura? Abubakarr Bangura. Of course, now the Sierra Leone community then sabi you, but the APC family, there's a different ball game. They go on for know you political loyalty, and all of that. People go on for know who that you align with. That I make I ask them question that so for like clarify with yourself. So how fast, how vast, how connected you'd already look at you networking for making and sabi you because politics is about recognition. This platform obviously they don't recognize you now, but it's about recognition. Apart from this platform, you get more connections them for try for network for making sabi you that is Abubakar
Uh,
Bangura.
First of all, I don't send me a paper to Mo in WhatsApp, and I'm sure you get it in WhatsApp already, so that's solved.
Okay.
Secondly, of course, let me just go back a bit. Um, you know, I think the support, as I say, I'm a newcomer in politics, mainstream politics, but when it comes to the development of Sierra Leone, I don't make a very bigger impact in Sierra Leone. Also, when the APC was in governance during for support the agenda for prosperity. As I speak to you, in 2014, by then I was head of the Holland Central Union. I worked closely with the embassy, Sierra Leone embassy in Brussels, and the ambassador there, by then Honorable Ibrahim Suri, and a number of other comrades then within the party and a number of other people within the surrounding, the Sierra Leoneans here. We brought President Nkrumah here in Holland with more than 10 to 15 of different ministers here in Holland. So he knows me personally because I brought him here to Holland. The letter I write will we hand over to the ambassador. And that letter, the ambassador add in memo into and forward to His Excellency former President Nkrumah, we can Holland by then within ministers. And we not stop there. Me, Abubakarr, I led the signing of the MOU, the first MOU between Diaspora entity and the government of Sierra Leone. In the presence of the president, that MOU we sign on with the very office where the president by then set up, the office of the diaspora, under maybe the owner state house itself. So anybody where they like them, for instance, Honorable Kemosise and Honorable Nanette Thomas, all these other ministers then where they around the president by then, they know who is Abubakarr. They know what I can do. So in terms of, I need to go begin to go label. No, somebody who is very impactful, somebody who is very development oriented. I come with development program. When President Nkrumah came to Holland, we organized a dinner for him. We made contact with the African business community, the Holland business community interested in Africa. We organized a dinner for about 72 different companies then, Kande. That's Abubakarr. For tell you the kind of impact we create or through me efforts, of course, with support from other comrades there, where we impact in terms of supporting the government under the APC government's agenda for prosperity by then. And I will not stop there. Me, Abubakarr back, I lobbied with the president. We asked the president he asked the Dutch government for make them support a program we call CD4D, for make we get with diaspora, the highly educated diaspora, for let them go to Sierra Leone, for let them go help in the capacity building of different ministries. Me, Abubakarr, I had them. The president, he command by then the Kemosise, Honorable Kemosise, to Dr. Samura for make them write that letter. A copy of that letter, I have it here. He write them, say, these guys then come here, now my office, they request for this, and we give them the letter. And fortunately, we got the program. And that program helped more than 20 of our colleagues then in the UK, mainland Europe, Holland, go to Sierra Leone and go help in the capacity building. This is Abubakarr. So it's not a new in terms of development in Sierra Leone during the agenda for prosperity as a government strategic paper and during the APC government. These are some of the things Abubakarr had, and these are some of the deliveries Abubakarr did in Sierra Leone for support the agenda for prosperity under the former Ernest Koroma government. So these are just, and apart from that, and I speak to you, more than 4 different schools provide education for more than 1,000 Pekin right now as I speak, under the APC government. These are initiatives in way me personally, I had those initiatives for construct different schools, provide education for different people, So that's Abubakarr.
Okay.
So it's not
Fantastic.
Abubakarr. That's Abubakarr. So in terms of the system, as I say, I need to go label it to nobody, but I know a lot of people because most of them they don't kind of Holland. I host them here. I lodge them. Even Dr. Samura don't kind of I host them. I lodge them. So it's having me name personally. So anyway, it's
So
it's
it
Abubakarr.
seems like say it's quite impressive what you don't
Yeah.
put out, so the role where you don't play in the Sierra Leone community, and of course the programs them or project that we don't initiate for Sierra Leone, it's quite impressive. Why you choose for left them that important role that we will play for come into politics? It seems like for say you don't recuse yourself from all of that important role that you play, and now you just want to go into politics and be a deputy organizing, secretary position. What's in all of that?
Within all of that, yeah, that's a good question. And you know, as I said just now, I don't do a lot of things for Sierra Leone and don't get a lot of energy, a lot of knowledge, network, and I believe say these knowledge and network I don't gather, I can as well use them for come and and strengthen this newborn baby of the diaspora as a region. Because mind you, my belief is that we, the diasporans, them, we get so much role for play in the transformation of our country. As I speak to you, I'm a member of the African Diaspora Policy Center. We develop policy papers for African governments, then where they look at for find a way for track the diasporans, then for let them invest in their countries. And I believe, say, all these things, then ideas, then I don't get in the past, and all this practical or scientific and knowledge. Now I'm have the opportunity for bring these ideas, network, and how you call it, for come support comrades them work together for empower and build a new entity of diasporans, of APC diasporans in the diaspora. For make we use that entity for support the development of the party and the transformation of our country. So it is not small, it is big. It is big because you are now coming, not only mobilizing Sierra Leoneans in Holland, linking up Holland with Sierra Leone, but you're not coming to see how far you go work with with the other diasporans, then the 28 diaspora branches. How far you go share your experiences with the chairman or presidents in these different chapters for make them use this kind of knowledge all together na the different diaspora and the countries out there for develop them, aggregate them, and make them much more bigger for help the party and the country. So I don't see them as a very small thing. If I see them as a very much bigger thing, then I make them so much also happy that I decide for take this role for come and vow for this position as an apprentice and see how far I go learn the political language at the same time bringing input from both academic, practical, and development input into making sure that this egg where so many or brother or comrades they don't fight for, the former executive they don't fight for, including Balogus Kuroma, who was coordinating this whole effort, they don't fight for. We go come for supporting for making much more bigger and impactful for the development of our country. So for me, it's not small. It's a big assignment. And I believe that I will contribute into that process. And I'm very confident that if I get the role, I will make a very impactful, together with the team, we go create a very big, unique diaspora platform of APC diasporans globally. Yeah.
Okay, it seemed to me like waiting at the listen to so the focus here is about the APC, and but we get a general election when it come. APC for go into general election in less than 5 months or something like that, 5 month time. What thing are you focus outside this diaspora doing what you do for the diaspora? What are the focus and support way your efforts go give in terms of supporting the party for win the June 24th elections?
Are you asking a question for answer you on my personal contribution, or is it that
Well,
you did ask?
you're talking about policies, implementing policies, making policies for the diaspora and for African governments and stuff like that. Now, this is a political party. This is APC, and APC is going to a general elections. So, because it's going on a general elections in June, waiting na your role where you will play supporting your department where you aspire for help the party by extension for win the June 24th elections.
Yeah, I think that if you read my paper, I think let me just identify something. Now, when you look at the current party structures within the diaspora, both at branch and chapter level, and for instance, let me take example from Holland. The Holland chapter has been very unique when it comes to voter sensitization, awareness. As you know, if you aggregate the numbers of voting in Sierra Leone, you will see that most percentage, a very huge percentage of voters then can go null and void just because of people are not very much aware about who's how for vote or how for vote, so that at the end of the day, which leads at the end of the day, most voting when they cast, it can go null and void. And now we get this proportional representative system. We don't fail, we don't lose the case in a court, and a lot of people don't even know how the system works. Now, from Holland chapter, what the Holland chapter been do and continue for do and good at is supporting, for instance, these the last voter registration process. We mobilize resources for buy megaphones then here and ensure that those members, the members of the chapter, we connected to their wards, constituencies, and district. We give them these megaphones for make they actually identify I call them informal leaders, public opinion members then within those committees, and give them those megaphones for let them go out and mobilize people that can register and register themselves. That's created a huge impact in those people at the grassroots level for make them come and register. Even in the previous election, the first election we bring an Nkrumah to power, the Holland chapter bought a radio station, and that radio station, one way or the other, contributed in ensuring that we won that election. So if you look at Holland as a chapter, specialized in this kind of voters mobilization, if we go to the UK, we must be able also to understand within the UK specialization, when it comes to ensuring that we able get the necessary logistics that what we need for winning the next election. So what I want to say here is that it's for us at that level for understand the different talents and skill sets within these different chapters, aggregate them, understand that you good at this, take this responsibility and execute this job. At the end, what we want to see is that the APC come back to power. But it will come to power through using the skill set and knowledge base of the diasporans at the different regional level. It sounds very academic, but it works in Holland. I don't give an example. Already here, voters awareness, raise funds, bought megaphones. In the past, we bought a radio station. We go into sensitization, mobilize people, come, because at the end of the day, you need that. So we at the top, if everything goes well, we need to ensure that we mobilize with chapters, we position them based on skills. At the end of the day, we empower them for make them use their skills and they for connect with our headquarters for ensure that we win the election. So for me, I see that as a very effective strategy because what I see in this whole discussion sometimes, everybody will come, Abubakarr, in my case, don't worry, I will bring so money, I will mobilize so people for Lerenka. For me, I don't think that is a sustainable strategy. Sustainable strategy means that because now we have a region, we must be able to work with the chapters, branches in the different global places rather than they for make we actually work on what I explained so for support the party because I believe that's the most sustainable way for support the party for win the election than doing it individually. So if you ask me a question, I feel say this for me, it sounds very academic, but I feel say that's most practical way and sustainable way we go mobilize ourselves and support our party for win the next year election.
Okay, that's fair enough. Mr. Abubakarr Bangura, the man we born from Yengama Kono, you papa na bin diamond digger, we follow the diamond, go na Tongo, Tenoma District, Tongo Field, and then you move go na my 91, Makonikari, not today you born?
Makonkari. Not that born na dem papa I mean papa and mama born. Makonkari.
Oh, Makonkari, okay. It's not bad.
Yeah.
My 91. Okay,
Yeah.
then of course you don't outline quite a lot of things in there, so we things that put you in a very fine place na the APC diaspora. So wetin you go point at for tell we say this na your strongest attribute, wetin na your strongest attribute or wetin na your attribute where you like about yourself.
Yeah, and Comrade OrWanKaSu, this is a very interesting question. That is, first of all, I think based on all we had to explain, so with the kind of giant things a woman don't do, is the power of coordination. And it's a skill set where I would say is a God-given gift for coordinate people, coordinate ideas. I think I would say it's a skill set where I get and I don't exhibit, and people don't really commend that I can coordinate. And coordination, it goes with organizing. When you know how to coordinate different things, different ideas, logistics, then of course you can move forward. So I think for me, that is a very nice thing of me, a character where I feel say it's a unique one and it's a God-given one. And I thank very much for that. And of course, the second one is someone who get respect for everybody. Get respect for everybody, including small elder. It's very difficult for let somebody go complain me saying that's what Abubakarr don't do one. Because I believe in one thing, I'm not perfect. I always believe say when I do wrong, I will say I'm sorry. That's Abubakarr. I
Okay.
think two things, they are so important. Important because you not for always feel say you're right. You not for always feel say you're right.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Abubakarr, thank you for that. Now, I want to ask you, with all these movements, these organizations, this project that we don't initiate, you connections, things that we don't do, which are the one we don't regret, which are the decision we don't make, in all this time. In retrospect, if you then give the opportunity back, you could say, well, I've been doing this way, but if I get the opportunity for do them again, I could do them differently. Tell me something we, you regret, or you think say you for being changed if you get the opportunity.
And it seems interesting question. It seems for I think for
Now, no, actually,
get
I have to admit these are difficult questions.
it's a very interesting one also. Why you try for it's a very one because this is a very interesting question because I feel say as I say just no one is perfect. I
Yeah.
think that's having said that I think one of the things I feel so I will regret during my leadership is that I believe in procedures. I believe in procedures. I'm very much disciplinary person, apart from all other things. And the disciplinary because I believe say you can only move society when society is organized. And it is also part of our APC philosophy. If it's a philosophy of constructive nationalism, it means that according to that is that APC want to create an orderly society, and you will only create orderly society when there are rules and regulations that everybody for follow for able to create an orderly society. I believe in rules and regulation, but again within that context, I am not sometimes very flexible enough. If we don't agree on OrWanKaSu, say we all for abide to specific rules and regulations, and you know really you decide for deliberately violate those procedures. I can be very furious at you. I can always very angry with them people in there, and this is my problem because the very diaspora that we deal with within the diaspora, you also get a set of people we not believe in procedures, we not believe in rules and regulations. And me believing in rules and regulations, I think in the past I get problems with that, with my people, because we don't set rules, we all for abide by them, and only for can prove say some they abide by the rules. And when I decide for take those actions, then we say, why Abubakarr, why they do so? We are all Sierra Leoneans. And this is my big problem. So, but to answer your question, this is a problem, but I feel in the future, if I they in the position where I be there in the past, I get for learn for be flexible with them people and they where they bend the laws. But at the same time, you get for be someone with principles. For say the rules, now we make them. Now we all sit down, we make them. And when we make them, we endorse them, we for follow them. But we also get for accept, say some people might not follow them, then go do otherwise. So I get to be flexible with that. That's my problem. And I hope that I go to learn for be also be flexible than people in
Yes,
there.
because you're not a politician, you're a professional, you're a technocrat. Now that make you find it very difficult to deal with people then when are politicians them. Politicians they're very fluid, they're very flexible. Somebody go flout the laws. He go know say that person they don't flout the laws. But because now a politician, and then they come heavily on that person day because he got for need that person day tomorrow. Whereas a professional, possibly don't get a set rule for say these are the rules has to be followed. Somebody not follow that rules day. Obviously, as a professional, you go for vex by that person day. So no, you not go according to the rules. I did get that problem day within the media team because I'm coming from a political background
Okay.
and they're coming from a professional background. So
Yeah.
we dey get clashes them all the time. And when we end up for compromise, then they can talk say that's why I don't want to be a politician. So we dey get all them problems in there. But it's a
Yeah.
good thing that you highlight this one.
Yeah.
And but you're learning, you're becoming gradually a politician,
Yeah.
as you go
Yeah.
along. You go
Yeah.
know say people the way you dey deal with them.
Yeah.
you get to be fluid,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I want you the last opportunity for make you sell yourself now, because all we companies already come at this platform, we dey give them chance to make them use the last few minutes, although we don't hit on the time now. But take a few minutes, convince me why I will vote for Abubakarr Bangura, convince the voters, then the potential voters, then why you feel say you are the best person for that deputy organizing secretary position at the diaspora.
Yeah, as I say once more, Comrade OrWanKaSu, thank you very much for now giving me the opportunity for express myself in this forum. I think one very important thing about me is the level of respect where I get for myself and for everybody. And also, if I do wrong, I go say sorry. If I do wrong, I go say sorry. And I don't explain also my own weaker point. Basically, if we do rules, I expect everybody to accept them. And but also the land for say some people might not accept them, I get to be flexible with them. These three things, these are these three things, now three things in this way can also affect the diaspora dynamics. I've learned about these three things because of my past experience. Me, Abubakarr, me not to me, I don't take leadership positions in different diaspora organizations. I get wider experience. I am coming in as an apprentice, as a new man in politics, but in social economic space, Abubakarr an expert, a diaspora expert. We don't do so many things for Sierra Leoneans and African in the diaspora and connection to Sierra Leone development. Distinguished diasporans, distinguished comrades, I want for me to trust me, una put una trust in me and realize say Abubakarr is a good guy, is someone fit for the position, not a square peg in a round hole. He don't deal in this position, not in the political arena, but he don't learn so many things in other field, and now he can for create much more bigger impact, for can contribute to this big egg where we former chairman them, they don't create. All the one them we come from this big sixth region. Abubakarr Kamfo can support that process. Kamfo can listen and work as a team player for ensure that this big region is developed and smarter for help with the diasporans then, help with party and the country. So I would say this is Abubakarr, una Peking brother, uncle here in Holland, and approachable. My telephone is open, and feel free for access me. And once more, trust me that this guy coming is a new man in politics. He's ready to learn, but he's very, very focused, and his in delivery and impact we don't create is vast. And if he can at the party, if he get this opportunity, he will make a very big impact for we all. And that's it. And feel free for contact once more. And I'm available for you.
Okay,
Thank you.
we hope say you self get for pick the phone up one day and contact other people and with their phone they open for making our to get a talk with other comrades them, because we are one family inside the APC. And I want to tell you plenty thank you for the time you take for can join me inside this platform for
Sure.
tell me more about yourself. Now
Thank
we
you.
don't know the real Abubakarr Bangura now Holland would they aspire for this position,
Yeah.
and this platform want to say thank you, and this platform they wish you good luck. And I
Thank you.
want to say thank you to all the viewers them where
Yeah.
they view this platform. And I
Sure.
want to encourage everybody who then go on the platform, make them press follow. So anytime we become live, you dey get a message wey dey come to you or a notification for say the APC UK and Ireland online TV platform don come live. So you go able for watch programs them and learn more about wetin na the APC activities them, particularly na the diaspora. So that said, this na the upfront one-to-one interview with Comrade OrWanKaSu. To all the companies that they aspire for various positions them at the APC. And I want to say thanks to the technical teams. I want to say thanks to the production team. And I want to say thanks to all the people that will support me on this platform. Mina Comrade OrWanKaSu once again. I say Thank you and bye-bye.